Good morning, everyone. All right, you guys ready to get started? All right, well, good morning. My name is Keith Anderson, and I am the director of DC's Department of Parks and Recreation, and thank you for coming out today. I am pleased to be the first to officially welcome everyone to the Takoma Field, henceforth known as the Bryce Harper Field. DPR boasts an impressive inventory. Did you know DC is only approximately 68 square miles? But within 68 square miles, we have 76 recreation centers, 11 indoor pools, 19 outdoor pools, and a host of ball fields just like this one here today. All right. Now, this project is the second field renovation that DPR and the mayor's office have completed in partnership with the Washington Nationals Dream Foundation. The first was Ryan Zimmerman Field at the Randall Recreation Center in Southwest that was dedicated in 2016. Now, ladies and gentlemen, transforming this field into a world-class youth baseball field and adding additional baseball play space just beyond the parking lot is a sizable undertaking committed by many parties, including government, corporate, and community groups. And we will hear from representatives of all groups here today. But first, to kick off our program, I would like to introduce the person who oversees our city of over 700,000 residents. She has unwavering support for all communities as well as DPR, and help me introduce our mayor, Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bryce Harper Field in Washington, D.C. It is wonderful to be here at our beautiful Takoma Recreation Complex, where we just about have it all right here. And I want to acknowledge and thank our fearless leader in Ward 4. When I told him we had a great opportunity for a new investment from the Washington Nationals in baseball, he said, "Why not Ward 4, Mayor?" And I said, "Why not?" So Councilmember Todd, let's give Brandon a big round of applause. I want to acknowledge all of our ANC commissioners who are here, our civic association presidents and leaders. I want to acknowledge the members of the Washington Nationals team, Mr. and Mrs. Lerner, who are here, and their entire family. Let's hear it for the Lerner family. And I also want to acknowledge all of our young people who are here. Where are our little baseball players? Raise your hands, little baseball players. Where are our little Washington Nationals fans? Raise your hands, Washington Nationals fans. And I have to take a point of personal privilege in acknowledging who I think is the #1 Washington Nationals fan, and that's my father, Joe Bowser. Hi, Dad. And you're going to hear from the best baseball player in the world in just a little bit. But I want to acknowledge him and thank him for being here and always supporting Washington, D.C., and even our quest to become the 51st state. Bryce Harper. So let me just say a little bit about why it's so important that we have baseball in the nation's capital. Some years ago, we were fighting to get professional baseball back in Washington, D.C., and now we're in our 14th season. What we told everybody was we wanted to create hundreds of jobs. Check. We've done that. We wanted to expand economic development and opportunity. And look at all the cranes right around Washington Nationals Park. Check. We've done that. We wanted exciting baseball games with world-class players. Check. We wanted to make the playoffs. Check. We wanted to host the All-Star game this summer. And we want to win the World Series, and that's coming too. We want to make sure that our young people become reconnected with baseball. Some of you are going to find this hard to believe, But I was born and raised in Washington, D.C., and guess what, boys and girls? When I was growing up here, we didn't have a baseball team. And so now it's important that we are reconnecting all of these young people to baseball again and all of the opportunities that it brings. So the state of youth baseball in Washington, D.C. improves each and every year thanks to countless coaches and moms and dads and uncles and grandmas that devote their time to making the 8 little league teams that we have in D.C., as well as the DPR Rookie League, work so well. Altogether, almost 5,000 boys and girls now participate in youth baseball in Washington, D.C. I know some of them are here today. Satchel, Paige, Little League, Chevy Chase, Capital City, everybody, thank you for coming to be with us today. And they are well supported by our team, the Washington Nationals, who have really stepped up to the plate in a big way to bring youth baseball back. They give every little league and rookie leaguer a jersey and a cap similar to the one that Bryce Harper wears. They give these little boys and girls family tickets to Nationals games. They have players participate in clinics at National Park, and they are sending Nationals players out into the community to meet our boys and girls. And of course, they have been playing now for 2 years at the Ryan Zimmerman Field and beginning this year at the Bryce Harper Field. And that would not have happened without the wonderful commitment of their players like Bryce. And everybody knows I'm a big fan of Bryce Harper and the Washington Nationals. And he has been such a great ambassador with great attitude and chutzpah to go out there and win for our team. And we know that he cares deeply for the things that we care about, including making our city on par with every state in our union. And it is Bryce's personal generosity as well in making this field possible, for which we are very, very grateful. So I want to once again congratulate Ward 4, Takoma, youth baseball in all of Washington, D.C. I am proud of the partnership that we have with the Nationals. On this day, we are going to declare, in addition to being here to cut the ribbon, Bryce Harper Field at Takoma. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Up next, I would like to introduce the council member for Ward 4, Councilmember Brandon Todd.
Good morning, Ward 4. Uh-oh, you can do better than that. We're going to cut a ribbon on a baseball field. Good morning, Ward 4. Well, I am really thrilled to be here on behalf of the 82,000 residents of Ward 4 with you today at the beautiful Takoma Recreation Complex to cut the ribbon on the brand new Bryce Harper Field. Let's give the brand new Bryce Harper Field a big round of applause. And I want to thank our Mayor Muriel, her Department of Parks and Recreation, the Nationals, and the Nationals Dream Foundation, because this field today is a fantastic example of public-private partnerships where our government and the public community are working together to bring world-class facilities to the District of Columbia. Thank you to the Lerner family who have been steadfast in supporting our great city and bringing world-class sports here today. But I think the most important people here are the little people you see sitting on this field that we're going to celebrate today. So congratulations to all of the little leaguers present. Keep working really hard. Eat all of your fruits, your vegetables, drink lots of water, and get lots of rest. Let's give our little leaguers a big round of applause. But also, let's give a round of applause to their parents and their coaches and all of the people that make them possible to be able to do all of the things they're doing each and every day. So let's play ball. Congratulations, Ward 4 and to Takoma.
Thank you, Councilmember Todd. Please give him another round of applause. Now, you know, community was very important in this process. There were at least 4 community meetings to discuss this field renovation alone. Our next speaker was integral to organizing the community. When we started this process, he was only the 4B03 commissioner. He is now the commissioner and chair of ANC 4B. Congratulations and welcome to Commissioner Scott Knickerbocker.
Good morning, everyone. I feel really honored to be a part of, to be a commissioner during such great projects such as the modernization at Coolidge, Walter Reed, and of course, Bryce Harper Field. So I just want to quickly thank everyone for all their hard work. I want to thank the Nationals and Bryce Harper for their investment in our community, the mayor and the council member for their dedication to the people of Ward 4 and the city as a whole, to my fellow commissioners, especially Commissioner Natalie Snyder and Commissioner Tisha Cockrell, who have worked with the Nationals and DPR for really bringing forth athleticism and recreation in our ANC. And also to the longtime residents of Ward 4 for investing in our community for generations. And of course, DPR to Director Anderson and Deputy Director Stokes, thank you very much. And all the people that work in DPR. And finally to the Friends of Takoma Recreation for decades of support for Takoma Recreation Center. So thank you everyone for coming out today, and enjoy the new field.
Thank you, Commissioner. Our next guest has one mission in life, and that is to support youth sports in DC. He goes out of his way to ensure that our youth not only learn sports, but he also focuses on other essential life skills, sportsmanship, teamwork, and compassion for each other. We're excited that he will be bringing local neighborhood youth to this field. Please welcome Andre Smokey Lee, president of the Senator Satchel Paige League.
Good morning. As they say, I'm Andre Smokey Lee, president of the Senator Satchel Paige Little League. I'd like to introduce my vice president, Troy. Wave your hand one day. And thank him for his continued support of the Senator Satchel Paige Little League. I'm gonna give you a little history about how we got started. They told me 3 minutes, okay. So I'm gonna start from almost at the end, okay? The Satchel Paige Little League was founded by Mr. Wayne Settles, right there, a number of years ago. Mr. Settles and I decided to collaborate in 1996 due to the lack of kid participation. So we thought best to bring it all together. From there, that is how the Senator Satchel Paige Little League was formed and is a chartered member of Little League Baseball Incorporated and a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Now I say that, and I'm gonna give you my website so you can donate some money to keep us going, okay? www.ssplldc.org. And we got a sponsor page on there, okay? Donate. Help us keep these little kids out of trouble. Ever since I can remember, baseball has always been a passion of mine. I have played during my childhood, college years, and I am currently part of, a few senior teams. I wanted to be able to introduce baseball and the art of the game to the inner city youth, where baseball programs are not as prevalent as the other sports that are offered. For me, the kids are our future, and we need to continue to nurture and expose them to all types of sports, activities, which I believe gives them discipline and outlets they need to thrive in today's world. I would like to conclude by saying I'm extremely thankful for everyone, individual, and I have a lot of sponsors out here, organizations, that has been a supporter or has sponsored the Senator Satchel Paige Little League and the youth of this city. A special shout out, John Stokes, to my mayor, our mayor, Muriel Bowser. Marla, Lerner, Tannenbaum, and the man. Do y'all know he hit 2 home runs last night before he got here to dedicate his field? My man, Bryce Harper. And all this, you know, I worry this guy a lot. Brandon Todd, Keith Anderson. I just make some calls. When I get some red tape somewhere, you know, I make some calls. And they make it happen because they know what I'm doing is for these kids. Thank y'all so much.
Another round of applause for President Lee. We are honored that the Washington Nationals Dream Foundation chose Takoma Field as part of their Legacy Fields program. It shows the great support for community and to growing youth baseball. It also demonstrates the dedication and hard work of the Washington Nationals owner and chair of the Washington Nationals Dream Foundation, Marla Lerner Tannenbaum. Please step up to the plate and say a few words for our guest of honor. Thank you. All right.
Thank you all. Okay, I'm not the owner. It's a pleasure to be here today as we dedicate the Dream Foundation's 3rd Legacy Field, preceded by Ryan Zimmerman Field and Pudge Rodriguez Field. The Legacy Fields program was created so that children in the DC area would have access to safe and state-of-the-art youth baseball and softball facilities. This is exactly what's happened here at Takoma Community Center for the children of Senator Satchel Paige Little League. Our hope is that Bryce Harper Field and the project secondary space located directly to the south of us, another baseball space, will allow the league to grow in Ward 4. And I just want to give a quick shout out and thank you to Mayor Bowser, the Department of Parks and Rec, Department of Consumer and Regulatory Affairs, the Department of Energy and the Environment. Believe it or not, they all had to have a say in this. Councilmember Todd, ANC 4B, and the Takoma community for recognizing how beneficial this project is for local youth and welcoming this field with open arms. To Whiting Turner, an amazing construction company. 3 weeks ago, this field literally had nothing on it, but they allowed me to sleep at night. Our Legacy Field team, the Washington Nationals Community Relations Department, headed by Gregory McCarthy and Sean Bertani, Frank Gambino, and our facilities manager at the Washington Nationals. We call on everybody to help in these situations. Frank makes it all happen. This morning, before he went to fix up Nationals Park, John Turnauer, the head groundskeeper at Nationals Park, was here to personally line these fields. That's the dedication this team has to this project. And finally, just a little aside, but this is a very dearly held place for my family and myself. My father grew up in the area on 5th and Quackenbush, and my mother went to Coolidge High School back in the day. I won't say which class. My brother and sister and I remember a lot of times on 5th Street visiting my grandmother who lived there till her very old age. And so we really love this community. My dad remembers, coming out here. He said it wasn't as nice then to play baseball back in the day. He didn't fulfill his dreams of being in the major leagues, but he got in the back door and he made it happen for himself. And finally for Bryce, who did not only lend his name, but his prestige and his financial support And I think Bryce knows by this showing today, we didn't get this showing at Pudge Field, Bryce, I'm just saying, that he is dearly held by this community. He is loved. And I always tell the story to Bryce, so forgive me, Bryce, but my family feels very, great affection for Bryce. And we've known him since he was like 16 years old. And one night, my parents were watching a late night game from LA and the Nationals versus the Dodgers. And it was late. My dad had kind of fallen asleep. My mother was sitting up watching. And they call him the kid because they've known him since he was young. So my mother went, oh my gosh. She said, Ted, the kid hit the wall. The kid hit the wall. And my father didn't even open his eyes, and he just said, how's the wall? So I think Bryce, how we generally, you and Kayla are very dear to us. Wherever you go, whatever you do, this is your home. You are a once and forever Washington National, and just know that Bryce Harper Field will be here, and you're welcome anytime. Bryce Harper.
I love public speaking, so this is great. Well, good morning. Thank you all for coming out. This means the world to me. First of all, I want to thank Mayor Bowser, not only for everything that you do for the community, but your leadership and how much you enjoy being a Nationals fan, how much we enjoy you being a Nationals fan. Marla, the Lerner family, and the National Dreams Foundation, thank you for creating the Legacy Fields program. And it's so important that we continue this to grow for the next generation of all baseball players. DC Parks and Recreation, thank you for your partnership on this project. You guys did a great job, and I look forward to hopefully seeing some baseball games on this field. To the neighborhood, thank you for welcoming me and my wife, or my wife and I, and this field to the community. When I was younger growing up, I enjoyed going to the baseball field, but also I see, a football field over here, tennis courts over here. I think that all kids need to play every single sport they can. Just don't play baseball. Baseball gets a little bit boring, So I take a little time off as well and watch a lot of football. So, I really support families and parents that let their kids play their sports because that's what it's all about. Just don't get stuck on baseball. Like I said, it gets a little bit overwhelming at times. So play as many sports as you can. I've always said that I want to leave the game of baseball in a better place than when I entered it as a kid and a pro. It is an honor and a privilege to be part of this project. A field like this not only adds to the community, but achieves my objective of making sure the game continues to grow and is left in a better place than when I entered it. Growing up, you try to do everything you can possible to make your dreams come true and make your family's dream come true. I knew at a young age my parents weren't going to be able to put me through college, so this is what I wanted to do. This is what I needed to do that. And so when I go to the field every single day, I remember that. I try to remember where I came from. I try to remember my family, and how much they do for me. And I'm very blessed and thankful to play this game, to be able to give back to my community, not only in DC but in Vegas as well. Also I want to thank my wife, because without her I wouldn't be able to do this and have the opportunity to do this. She's got my back every single day, so I'm very grateful for her. To the kids, have fun, enjoy what you guys do, get good grades, listen to your parents, and always listen to your mom, because I knew if I didn't listen to my mom, my dad was going to beat the crap out of me. So make sure you listen to your mom. But have fun, enjoy it, enjoy the process of playing baseball every single day. Play as many sports as you can, because that's what it's all about. going from the 50-yard line and into a touchdown into an end zone. I mean, there's no other feeling like it. Hitting a homer over the fence, scoring the game-winning point in basketball, whatever you do, boy and girl, do everything you can to exceed your expectations and have fun, enjoy it, and hope you guys have fun on Bryce Harper Field.
Let's give Mr. Harper another round of applause. Just want to say thank you, Bryce. Thank you, Kayla, Marla, and the National Dreams Foundation, Mayor Bowser, Councilmember Todd, ANC Commissioner Knickerbocker, and Andre and the Senator Satchel Paige Little League. To officially dedicate this field, we ask that our speakers please make your way to the pitcher's mound for a ceremonial ribbon cutting.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
So I would like to thank you all for joining us here today at Bryce Harper Field. That concludes our dedication ceremony.